What car should you buy to live out of? Well, if you are a person who is considering living in their car, whether you fell on tough financial times or you're an adventure seeker or whatever your individual circumstance, I want to share with you my opinion, my perspective, and my experience in 3 years living out of a car. Now, I downsized my life on a journey to reposition my life in Florida, live below my means, to just control more of my life, and to live a simple life. But I knew that from researching this life, it seems easy, but the honest reality is it's not sustainable for most people. So I was cautious on over investing initially. Meaning, I looked at all my options. I looked at buying an RV first. And the first thing with an RV, I was looking at a travel trailer. But then I kind of realized the difficulties in the restrictions around weight capacity, meaning I owned a Jeep Renegade. I still do own a Jeep Renegade I live out of. And that had a very low towing capacity, not many trailers out there that are light enough for it to tow. And then there's a lot of entanglement in, having a place to park the travel trailer. You're not going to be stealth, and you're always going to have to find a campground. You're never going to have everything you own with you because you're going to drop the trailer off somewhere else. So it does give comfort, and there's value in that. But there was just, at that point, there was just too much entanglement. And I just briefly looked at motorhomes, but that didn't make sense because that's a huge investment. Gas efficiency is horrible. And I just wasn't there at the initial point of me going to live in my vehicle or live the nomadic life. And then, of course, you come to the most generally recommended vehicle to purchase when you start living in your car, which is a van. Whether it's a regular cargo van, a mini cargo van such as a Transit Connect, or a high top van where you can stand into. And some people convert them, some people just keep them basic and put a mattress in the back. But I looked at that, but I drove a Ford E250 cargo van when I had an electrical contracting business, and I hated the way it drove. I never enjoyed driving it. And so to me, I just took that off the table because I said, if I'm not going to enjoy myself in life, it's just not worth it. And it's an investment. You have to trade your car in, get a new car. So I looked at all my options. I said, Sam, what do I need my car for? Well, what I need it for is a shelter, a place to sleep at night. So I have to be able to fully lay down. And after I played with the car a little bit, I figured out, you can put the passenger seat all the way forward. You can put the back seats down. I'm just about 6 foot. I could fully stretch out, lay down. So that was checked off the box. What I couldn't come around to is, heating or cooling. And to keep myself warm, I just layered up. I eventually bought a sleeping bag, a thermal sleeping bag, and layered up with clothes and just made it through a couple winters in New Jersey. And I made it through one summer in Florida with no air conditioning this past summer, and that was a little bit difficult, but I'll share on that later. But my main premise was, after analyzing all your options, or all my options, and that's what you do in life, you see, what are my options, my practical, realistic options? And what you're going to be faced with is, unless you want to make an initial big financial investment, for most people, the best vehicle that you can start to live out of is your current car. As long as you have a car where you can fully lay down in, whether you put down your back seats, whether you take out your back seats or front seats, and I recommend you try to avoid taking out your seats in case you have to sell your car one day, and because then you got to get a storage unit and then you're entangled with that. But the bottom line is, if your current car is a reliable vehicle, you have to have a reliable vehicle. Why? Because out of anything you do in life, you have to have an income. Whether you're driving to an office, whether you're driving to Starbucks if you work remote, and, if you fall on hard times, or if you want to do it as a side income, if you ever wanted to do DoorDash or Uber, a reliable vehicle is a necessity, no doubt. So, if you have a reliable vehicle, if you can fully lay down, keep your current car, and see how this nomadic life works for you. Because for most people, the vast majority, I don't know percentage-wise, but I'm sure you could put it up there, 80, 90% of people won't full-time live in their car for more than a year consecutively. So if that's the statistics, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. I've done a lot of things in life where I try to beat the odds, and that's great. A lot of times you have to prepare that if it doesn't work out, you don't leave yourself totally out and dry. So if you start with the current car you have, and if it doesn't work out, you're right back in the same position. Now you just have to rent an apartment, or try to buy a house, or whatever you're going to do with yourself at that point. If you buy an RV and if it doesn't work out, then your exit strategy, then you have to take a huge financial loss in selling your RV again, and then you have to get another car again. So the RV is a big commitment. You got to really be ready for the nomadic life if you're going to purchase one. And a used RV, maybe a used travel trailer you get away with because it doesn't have a lot of mechanical equipment, but you better be ready to tow something, and you better be ready to have a campground all the time, because you're not going to just be pulling a travel trailer and being able to park everywhere. It's just not practical. So, and a cargo van, it's like in between a car and an RV, but you're gaining some comfort. You got more room. You can maybe set up maybe a little type of portable heater, maybe, or maybe run an air conditioning if you were at a campground with electrical hookup. But you're losing gas efficiency, and you're losing the ability to drive. You're not going to be able to really Uber in that. You could DoorDash, but your gas efficiency is low. So some of those factors kind of depend on your age too. And again, everyone has their own individual circumstance. But the bottom line in this video is, for most people, just start with the current car you have. The main thing is keep a job or get a job and keep your income stream of money, because your money is your number one aspect of you going to be able to be independent. If you cannot earn an income, and I'm talking about, you don't have to be a rocket scientist, even whether it's at Walmart, DoorDash, Uber, something that just keeps money coming in, and then maybe you build your career up as you go or whatever. Maybe that's your top thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in honestly working and earning your income. Even being a greeter at Walmart. And for most people, as long as you could pass a drug test, you could be a greeter at Walmart, and then you could DoorDash on the side, and you can get enough income where you could be great. But like everything in life, if you're not willing to work, your dreams don't work. There's a saying that says, if you don't work, your dreams don't work. There are some people that are physically and mentally disabled. I have compassion for them, and I think, look, there are society programs for them. I know some people on them. But I can't speak fully to that. But all I can say is, for those who are able to do anything with their life, and if you're thinking about living in your vehicle full time, you have to have a level of physical and mental capability that you're independent, because you're on the road a lot, you're adapting a lot. And so what I tell you is, don't get too caught up on the car. Get very much caught up on sustaining an income. And then after a period of time being in your current car, and that's the vehicle I recommend you start with for most people, then if you like this lifestyle, if you're saving money, because it's going to cost you more than you think, then you have the independence and the resource, extra money, that you can go trade in your vehicle, sell it, and upgrade. You can upgrade to a van, you could upgrade to an RV, you could upgrade to whatever you want. A Prius, whatever. But don't overcommit initially. But focus on your income initially. Save, sustain this lifestyle for a period of time. Then you can make a more informed decision. Best of luck to you, whatever you decide. There's no perfect answer in life. There's only what's best for you. And you can listen to everyone, and you should research and listen to a variety of opinions. But ultimately, you're an individual. You have your own fingerprint. You have your own individual circumstance. So you have to own whatever decision you make and take accountability for your life. If you can't do that, then again, you're back to square zero, where no one can help you, because if you want to be independent, if you want to go out there and live your best life, part of that is you got to be accountable, right, wrong, or whatever. And the grace of God be with you, because we all make mistakes. So I'm certainly not saying that. All right, guys, peace, love, stay positive. Click that thumbs up button, share the video. Look at my playlist on my channel of all my nomadic journey and talking about the different ways to live in a car, travel on the road. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.